No, they actually are very interesting, and their brain is basically a nucleus within them.
See, that gives them a weak spot, though.
Yeah, instead of shoot them in the eye, shoot them in the nucleus.
Ooh, I got a pretty good idea for my backstory. But since it's going to be revealed in this, how did you become an adventurer? Well, someone opened my barrel and then I just followed. that is literally how it. It's exactly how it went.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Not much to that.
It's the question of like what happened when you were like see like baby slime like.
But see, it's also I kind of want to tie it in with. See, I don't know where. Because I don't have that lore yet, and I don't know how it would work out. Because
I will ask this: do you have a name for your master?
I don't know. Because I'm thinking of like lore that involves him, but I don't know how that messes with what you have made.
No. I want to leave it entirely to you for that. I fucked up trying to push story onto people because no one was writing backstory. So instead, I'm gonna push it onto you guys to write it.
Okay.
For that.
So is he in like a different castle, or is he in this one?
Your master?
Yeah, or is he locked up?
He's currently locked up in hell, but there's some weird connection to this temple to hell.
Okay. Because I'm trying to. I've got an idea, but I'm just trying to. Cornelius is. I mean, I could work it with Cornelius having done something and then leading to the both of our imprisonments. Jesus Christ.
I know. Nice hefty burp. I've also been painting a lot of fucking miniatures for like my IRL game and stuff.
Why do I have this in my notepad? I opened up a notepad to write the backstory. And this is what's in my notepad. I'm gonna just post it in general.
Beautiful.
This is just in my notepad. I don't remember putting that there.
Oh no, not the Vaporeon. Fuck it.
Can't go wrong with a Vaporeon.
Glaceon's better.
I mean, it depends what your goals are.
Fuck?
Welcome back, Matt Cat.
The fuck you talking about? Pokemon fucking?
No, I had that in my notepad because I was writing my backstory and I was gonna write it in notepad, and that's there.
Oh, okay. Let me read this.
Yeah, the good old Vaporeon meme. The good old classic.
Vaporeon would be best.
Hey, what was that castle or ruined castle they found me in? Do you remember?
Remember one?
The castle or ruined castle you found me in.
I remember it. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
it was
from.
Fumblemore's tower.
Okay.
His destroyed tower.
How do you spell Fumblemore? How do you spell ruined? Ruined. Okay, that's how you spell ruined. Get it right.
I will say one thing that I have been lacking, especially that I got well with that first dungeon with the dragon, was the idea of suspense and like, okay, what's behind that door? I think I need to click into that more.
How do you spell sentience?
Sentiient, I think.
Yeah. Oh, what is his name gonna be? He's gotta have a name. This is huge. It's gotta be Google.
Hi, Lily.
Here we go.
Here, I could play this music. This is a good one.
I pulled up a random game
What is
generator.
this?
It's blooping.
It,
Blooping.
I pulled up. Look at this. Okay.
Sounds like a slime
is-
farting.
Why is this one of the names? And also, I don't get why there's a specific website for this, but you know. You see this, Flare? Look at the random name it generated.
Oh god.
Like, I don't.
There you go.
Adolf.
It's telling us something.
I don't know why.
What?
Also, I don't get why there's
You got
a
something against
specific.
Adolf?
I get why there's a specific website for this, but you know,
Werewolf name
you can do it for fucking everything. Yeah. There's this down here. That's not.
Hammerrock.
That's pretty fucking yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
I
that.
was looking at that too. I was like, that's badass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
Well, what about Ralric?
No.
Oh,
Alcidus.
Amarok.
Ernapief.
It's pronounced Amarok.
Gonzalani. Gonzalani.
Gonzalon. Gonzalon. No, Gonzalochni. Gonzalochni. Gotta get that,
Life in Golf. Eudolphus. Honors. Lyle. And then Rudolph. That's just Rudolph. This music. There's Adolf again.
Whoa. So is TaleSpire supposed to be a black screen right now? Is TaleSpire supposed to be a black screen right now?
No.
Oh. Well, it's just a black
You should be
screen.
the arrow of sight.
So
Oh,
wait,
you're
if
probably
I'm,
looking in the wrong part of the dungeon.
wait, if I'm 6.
Oh, I am.
Wait, okay, if I'm 6 foot, would my master be bigger than me? Probably.
I was hoping they weren't. Yeah. Every few days, motherfucker.
Is 8 foot too big for a werewolf? What's the average height?
Probably more like 6, 7. 8 would be like.
Okay, I'll be like 6, 7.
To give perspective of 8 foot, that's probably how high your ceiling is.
Okay. That wouldn't be bad. I'm not gonna do that, but
Well, there is in large stuff, like in large spells and potions and stuff.
What kind of paint are you using for the figures?
Acrylic.
So what is acrylic paint? Is it like made out of acrylic? Or...
Yeah, that's like the medium, and then they put pigment in there, I believe, to like give it the different
Jesus
colorings.
Christ.
Okay.
It's nicer for miniatures since it dries fast enough where you can layer it up, but not so fast that you can blend it if you want to do wet blending.
Yeah.
But certainly not as punchy as oils. But oils
Punchy.
take like... Yeah, oil paints are like way more punchy and like saturated. Like way more in your face of color.
Mm.
But they take like 36 hours to dry.
Ah.
Because oil doesn't evaporate that well.
Yeah. I can't imagine oil evaporating at all. What kind of oil do they use?
Black oil. Fuck, what's it? Marge black oil. Here.
And it evaporates?
So I believe the water part out of it evaporates, leaving like the viscous, oily, like leftover with the pigment.
So how would it ever fully dry if it's got oil in it?
How do you spell unsatiable?
I don't even know what that means.
Unsatiable can't be like
Nope.
satisfied.
Oil evaporates very slowly.
Extremely. Unsatiable. How the fuck do I spell that? I've never spelt that word in my life.
I've never heard that word in my life.
I don't even know how to spell it. Oh. There we go. Copy. Paste. Big am I in puddle form? Because if I'm 6 foot tall, I wouldn't have been that big. How big's like?
What is this music?
I don't know. That's pretty good.
It's
Like I don't know.
interesting.
It's oddly good.
Sounds like a slime farting.
Okay.
You're the only one.
Tell me you go.
It's cool.
This is our theme song for the amphibian versus dragon wars.
That'll work. Did you say amphibian versus frog?
I meant to say, I first said frog and I was like, oh no, it's not just frogs, it's all amphibians.
Wow.
Messing. She knows.
But yeah, I guess whenever you're good, just let me know.
Alright, I'm making a fucking story. I'm not gonna put it in the chat, I'm gonna just send it to you because then.
Yeah, oh shit. This is probably the best place. I also realized I learned way too many of my DMing habits from my current DM because he literally started us off as slaves. And I'm like, oh. Oh shit. I learned from you, didn't I?
Understandable.
You know, it's better than adventurer in a bar. It's better than
Yeah, it really is. adventure in a bar is so stupid. Or like, what can be funny is if you were an adventurer in a bar, or like a random villager, and just something horrific is coming to town, or is in town, and you have to deal with it. Like, God, the first D&D-ish adventure I did was a bar adventure, except zombies came, and like we couldn't win. We couldn't win that combat, so we had to like run to the cellar and like start going throughout the city as zombies were just murdering everyone. I have no idea where this music is going, but it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Here I can go back to blooping.
Blooping. Wow. Did you already know of this music?
No, I didn't. My DM just started playing this shit. Because we just have like a speaker under the table and whoever wants to play music connects to it and just starts playing.
Huh, interesting.
The mold in my bathroom loves when I put this on in the shower. Good comment.
Makes sense. That's a weirdly fitting comment.
Soundtrack to Hell. This was a better album.
Cornelius is a demon, right?
He's a devil. So there actually is a difference between demons and devils. Demons hate devils because they're like utter spawns
good.
of chaos.
That's good. That works.
Devils are evil, but at least they have hierarchy. Demons don't. Demons are just all about chaos.
Demons are more like imps.
What about like a demon lord?
So a devil would rather corrupt someone or make a pact with them. A demon would just brutalize, murder them, and just try and desecrate their body. That's like the big difference between them.
What about a demon lord? Because that's what my master is, so. It'll work out.
So I would say with a demon, Lord is through like sure domination and power. Like a devil would like try to subvert someone through words to gain power. A demon would just brutalize to gain.
Okay. There's a lot of domination in this, so that works out. So could a devil corrupt a holy person, and would they still be able to use their holy powers?
That depends. But they
Not like
can
I'm gonna
certainly
use it, this is just for the story.
they can certainly corrupt someone. Whether their god is like, wow, I don't like you anymore, is a whole nother question. But they can certainly corrupt someone, quote unquote, holy.
Hmm. Fuck it, we'll just say he was stronger at this time. Or that he had some artifact or some shit. What are demons' weakness? I know there's obviously the holy. They have any other?
That might depend on the demon, because certain
Like a demon lord.
yeah, so that depends on what demon it is for like what they're weak to.
And also, here's
Okay,
also-
so
what about,
Like
He's
they
a
may be
demon.
susceptible to certain materials, a certain artifact, like a condition put on them.
okay, so he's a werewolf demon lord, so he has the weaknesses of a werewolf.
The damn silver.
Yeah, there's silver.
Which we don't have to go with, but if you want to.
I mean, it can work on me. Is opera fucking up?
if I didn't like. See, she doesn't look bad.
There we
yet,
go.
But
Oh, this one worked.
Fucking shit.
I love how I look up weaknesses of werewolf, and one of them is just breaking a werewolf's neck results in instant death. It's like, damn,
There.
really?
Yeah, it's like the fucking stake through the heart thing. It's like, who wouldn't that kill?
It wouldn't kill an undead.
Well, that's not a who, that's a what.
Well, he was a person, or it was a person, at one
Yeah,
point.
There's no person in there no more. Just a.
What about a
walking dead
ghost?
thing. Well, if it was a ghost stake through its ghost heart, then it would make sense. An ethereal stake through the ethereal heart.
You know what's one of the coolest items the person I've been playing with has fucking created? It's a magic item that's in a quantum state. So people are debating about what it is to bring it back into existence so it can be perceived and re-brought back into this reality. That's such a cool idea.
Yeah, that is cool.
That is a really fucking cool idea.
It's like everyone has to stop looking at it and then concentrate on what it's supposed to be.
So how he described it, and we haven't gotten to that part in the story yet, but how he described it is it's a bunch of people debating about what the item actually is to bring it back into existence.
How do you spell Cornelius?
Corellius.
There's no N, it's just
Corn. It's like corn, and then E-L. Oh, it's
Spider-Man.
yeah. Or maybe not two L's, just one.
Alright.
I wonder why. In terms of like a grid pattern oriented northeast, south, and west, why are the faces of like the squares oriented towards each of the cardinal directions? Wouldn't it making the corners like a corner facing north and a corner facing south?
Well, you could do like hexagonal, so there's like octagonal, so there's like 8 directions you can take.
Well, yeah, I'm just meaning like the layout of a grid. Like, I feel like we
Because
only
it's
do
simple.
I feel like we only do it like like having the faces face the directions, because that's just what's built into us, because that's what everyone else did. But like the corners are like arrows and they're points, so they should point towards. Oh, that's interesting.
You could take like an Escher kind of look at it.
What's that?
MC Escher. Like the art of Escher. He made some really cool ass art. He was like a mathematician that became an artist. You've probably seen some work of his.
Oh, his like weird stair things. Like the stairs that go in all directions.
Yeah, that's one, but that's not the coolest one. He did so much more other interesting stuff. This was a really cool sketch of his.
That is really cool.
Hey, I'm about to send Tublord's backstory. Let me know if I should add more. Then I'll send it in the actual.
Hey, add as much as you want.
It's very.
I love the ending of that. You gambled yourself into slavery.
Yep, you know it.
Makes sense.
There you go.
That makes so much sense.
Yep.
But no, Escher was an absolutely crazy ass motherfucker. He would like carve out in woodblock prints and like keep printing them down and make them fit geometrically.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like for his shit. I don't know what the word of it is, but it's the repeating pattern over and over again. He would like carve it into wood and print it.
A fractal?
Well, not fractal, like more like this. Like very patternistic. Yeah, Escher was absolutely fucking mental, but I love him. This is fractal-ish of his.
Ah, yeah, it's hyperbolic. I love hyperbolic geometry. He had to have tripped if he's making this stuff.
I think he was just crazy enough to see it, and he's like, math, and pushed it into art. Because he was like born in the 1800s or something.
Yeah, nothing was illegal back then.
He had access to all of it.
Yeah.
How do you spell consciousness?
CONSEIENCIOUS.
So
You have to be a
currently
little
you're not,
slower than that.
but we'll get into that.
Oh, I know I'm not, but okay, say that again. You went
I'll
too fast.
type it.
I'm a little
Alright.
I didn't make it far at the spelling bee.
Oh, same here.
Copy.
I think that's right.
And it'll autocorrect if it's not.
Why is it called a spelling bee? What about a spelling C or a spelling A?
What about a spelling Z?
Exactly.
Or spelling umlaut?
Umlaut, what?
Umlaut.
What is that?
Do you, like, have you ever seen the O with the 2 dots above it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a umlaut.
From what language?
German, probably.
Hmm.
Central Europe.
Alright. Oh, of course, you're gonna pay $69. No, go fuck yourself.
$69
My bad.
for what?
I'm fucking with that Bow Studio.
Oh.
And, so I'm
You have
trying
the
to
cracked
make
version?
No, I actually paid for it.
Oh. Why is it telling you to pay?
Because there's like extra add-ons on there that to advertise.
Oh, well, pirate
Bruh.
all the add-ons.
I've been thinking about it. I've already pirated one that was custom, so
Yeah, just pirate everything.
yeah, I know. It's just it's weird because it's already there, and I'm like, okay, I can use it. I press Control Save. It's like, hey, you gotta buy this, and I'm just like, oh, okay,
Yeah, they're fucking retarded.
it's fine. It's my problem. It's fine.
We need to make it their problem.
Nah. I mean, yeah, with pirating.
Well, they don't even know about it.
Word.
Alright, for this, should I send it to you first to proofread it, or?
Oh, no. Put in the backstory. I don't want no proofreading. I want
Okay.
people's ideas.
Grow black peppers from seeds at home.
Alright.
Choosing the right peppercorn seeds for planting.
Copy
At the
all
same time,
of this. There's a lot, by the way, so.
Oh, that's fine.
Copy?
Hey, it's not like Old Man Henderson of 300-page backstory.
I commented on this European YouTuber's video where they were mixing liquid oxygen with liquid propane and blowing it up. And I
They
commented,
take away the numbers from other things.
I commented, fill a propane tank with a mix of propane and liquid oxygen. And they commented back, that would probably get me into serious trouble with our legal system.
That's why you split the two and put it through a torch.
Well, the idea was making a bomb, not a
Oh.
torch.
Oh,
Alright, there you go. That is my entire fucking backstory that I could think of.
hey, there we go. I like it.
Tale of Old Man Henderson, written by Waffle House Millionaire.
What am I listening to?
Oh, this is the most retarded fucking character.
Alright then, I'd like to start by saying that
He made this character just to fuck with the DM because he was pissed with the DM.
had it coming. Bullshit tactics to make everyone go crazy, like a D6 with only 5 sides. No story, no reason, lose 10 sanity. the others continued to allow this bullshit. We were playing a modern-day setting, with the other players being a college professor who found a couple of stray pages of a copy of the Necronomicon and wanted to find out just what the hell it was, a detective who was investigating a missing persons case connected to the local cult, and a local athlete, I think it was football, trying to find out why some of his friends seem so distant lately. And then there was Old Man Henderson, who was never given a first name. Old Man Henderson was already a
Master
little
Roshi.
crazy and blamed his life's misfortunes on Vietnam. He never went to Vietnam. He was 12 in '74.
There's a
Old Man
part
Henderson wore
2.
combat boots, cargo shorts, and an open front Hawaiian shirt with a wife beater underneath. He was dyslexic and had a lesser case of schizophrenia, allowing him to assume that the reason he saw crazy shit was because he was a little bit crazy. He had a Grizzly Adams beard and wore his hair in a
He
mohawk.
looks like Master
He never
Roshi.
took off his aviator shades for any reason. He had a stuffed
You know, it
paramour
really
short
doesn't,
named
but-
Rupert that he confidently asked for advice. While
And the
ignoring
beard
other
is a
party
little bit
members
wider
as
than
convenient,
Roshi's, but that's like
assuming they
it.
were hallucinations. He had an automatic combat shotgun he knew how to use. He also had memorized the anarchist's cookbook. He started the game with a pre-existing hatred
He's
of
even got the
religion,
Hawaiian shirt.
cutlery,
He's really
and
skinny.
books. His motivation was that he thought that the cult had stolen his lawn gnomes, while he had actually donated them to a charity auction, gotten high, and forgotten about it. Most importantly, he had a 320-page backstory that justified everything, from his casual knowledge of physics to his ability to speak Portuguese flawlessly. You can just imagine the shenanigans that character was involved in. The point to having such a long backstory was threefold. One, to ensure the GM would never actually read it, and two, since he would never read it except for in excerpts I pointed out to justify things, I could rewrite and change things around completely around him without anyone noticing, and most importantly, three, convince everyone that I was serious about this character, and that it wasn't simply the game-wrecking bullshit that it was. Dickish, yes, but he really did have it coming. First outing of the group. The detective was spying on the building of the cultists with a camera. The jock was parked nearby, waiting for the group to let out so he could snoop it out. And the professor had joined the cult to try and gain information. Old Man Henderson very calmly parked his car, got out holding the shotgun in clear view of anyone who happened to be looking, in this case the detective and the jock, strolled up to the front door, and kicked it in. While everyone just kind of stopped in shocked silence for a moment, he leveled his shotgun on the lead priest/cultist guy and yelled, "Muckle damn red culty, here he nimbles be keeping my wee men." Did I mention that he had a nigh incomprehensible Scottish accent that came and went as he drank and or as amused me? The leader couldn't understand my simple request to return my lawn gnomes. Literally, you think what I typed is hard to understand? Imagine it being slurred at you by a drunken Scotsman. He assumed I was trying to cast a spell at him in an elder tongue, and summoned a Shoggoth by murdering one of his fellows. One Molotov and about 20 rounds later, the Shoggoth is dead, as is the cult leader, the professor. He made the mistake of trying to make Peacemaker mid-murderous rampage. And about 10.
I've been streaming for like an hour and we haven't started.
Old Man
Oh, I'm aware.
Henderson then pissed on the Shoggoth's corpse, got back
I mean,
into
I'm ready.
his
I have my
1992
backstory,
Buick
man.
Century, and went home. The whole event was over in about 10 minutes game time, and nobody thought to get the Buick's plates. The GM called a break then to figure out how to fix and or work around what I just did. It only got crazier from there.
Old
Smart.
Man Henderson. Old Man Henderson is a fucking tale and a half. Okay, I gotta read this real quick, gas.
Oh, that's fucking Matt.
Your master Amrock. Okay.
It's not that easy, but it's half of the fun. Just soon you throw the first punch down. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We could hear you singing. You're fucking
Yeah.
going ham there.
Did you read the
no, I can-
backstory?
Yeah, I'm going
Matt.
through it right now.
I was just about to make my own because like you guys are making backstories. I'm just like
I want backstories. It gives me more shit to like. Yes, I want people to
Wonder
make
what
their own
Matt's gonna be.
backstories.
It's not gonna be that bad. It's actually gonna be wholesome and legendary. It's not gonna be a bunch of cats licking each other on a beach.
Wait, what is your class again, Matt Cat?
I'm gonna say
I am a druid.
Druid, okay.
He
Yeah,
can
that's
change
right.
forms into other things.
I already have some ideas for backstory.
You gotta have a backstory to the whole social credit thing.
Yeah, it's you guys.
Yeah, that only came to be when we were.
I like that. I like you used Amarok. It sounds very. What is this rut? I like your accent as well.
Accent and reading?
Interesting. Durin.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't do the extra mile and put a G.
Meeting.
Amarok seed had an interesting effect on me.
Look, I was thinking of so many euphemisms for that. I was like, well, let's just go blatant.
I like this gas. That gives me a lot to work with.
Yay.
Yeah, it also explains why, like, I'm weaker. Because, you know, backstory had, I was strong, and now I get fucking one tapped.
look, you're obviously better.
Yeah, I like this gas. That gives me stuff to work with.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. I gotta start cooking. You don't know that I wrote fan fictions.
Hey, that's what making a D&D back. Half of D&D is a fan fiction. Let's be honest.
I think it's just a playable thing.
It really is.
Let him do what he
But I mean, that's a pretty solid backstory and it explains everything I do.
And I like how it ties into the current story. Yes. Okay. It gives me a lot to work with.
Yeah. See, my good old backstory's nice and simple.
I really love that it's like he was in the great he was in the bathtub gods plane. As soon as he got to Earth, just I'm gonna gamble.
Immediately got hooked on gambling.
The bathtub gods are strong, but not against temptation.
No, he is not. Yeah, I basically just wrote down everything I improvised during our sessions. So yeah,
Fair enough.
that's basically it. I do kind of just like making stuff up on the spot.
Yeah, no, improv is like what 90% of D&D is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, notes are like the
love it.
back end you go to of like, oh, notes.
Oh. Some good old improv.
My mustache hairs keep curling into my fucking mouth, and it is.
Use them to floss your teeth. That's what I did.
It got to the point where I was eating something, and like it actually went in, and I like. pulled it.
Yeah, I did that. It's
I know how
painful.
that feels. Just get some scissors and cut the parts that go into your mouth.
I kind of want to see how far this goes. Long enough I can
No.
spare.
No, no. For the facial hair directly above the mouth that proceeds into the mouth, it'll never stop.
Yeah, it just gets worse.
Dude, it's
Until
extra
it's-
flavoring.
Until it's like
It's
5
true.
inches long, and then you can like tie the end so it doesn't do that.
I'll just take an easy like 3-4 years. Actually, no, it probably depends. If I let my shit grow for a whole fucking year, I'll be a dwarf.
Holy shit! XRP just skyrocketed again. Oh, I just got a lot of money. What? Yeah. XRP just skyrocketed again. It's like $3.50. Bro, I was also just doing money manifestation magic stuff like yesterday, and then this happens. That's crazy.
No, why does my sister call me at 7? Fuck off. No, I'm busy making a backstory for my D&D character.
Yeah.
That's more important.
It is.
Clearly.
It's like, bitch, you asked me for money like yesterday. You already owe me like $600 or so. Like,
You gotta start adding interest.
no, I mean, I did in my childhood the whole time. Like, I did like a lot of interest. I was a financial fuck. Be like, if you can't pay me within a week, it's gonna be $5 more. Excuse me.
I shall be right back.
You would do that. I'll go probably make a snack. I gotta hurry up and get this started. I'll be back.
I just thought of this. Oh, that's crazy. Throughout all of the story, right? Okay. I remember making a joke that my character's father's, he left for a pack of smokes and never returned. He could still be alive. Mother's dead. Dude, it's crazy. Anyone here to realize that revelation I just had?
Indeed.
Good, the most important person to know that this is canon. Except I'm gonna say it was a shipment of smoking tobacco that we went to go and get. There's no cigarettes at that time.
Man went to the drug den, never came back.
Yeah, like Mother was just like, he left me, but really he was like, fuck, maybe enslaved. I'm really getting into this character creation. I haven't been this creative in a while for the story. It's giving me those feelings I had when I wrote fan fictions.
Yes.
And return.
Returnage you had.
You.
Yes. Is it starting now?
I think Matt Cat's writing out his backstory, but we can start.
Yeah, you guys can, because it's a gas thing, right?
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Don't wait on me. Gas got his shit down. Now we know that he loves that seed.
Why can't I?
When I get some popcorn.
Q&A.
The seed made him.
And yet, technically, like, that is my lifeline. I wish you could, like, rotate your camera on, like, up and down, like, I don't know, because you could spin it, but, like, spin it up and down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're only limited to a certain...
What do you mean?
Like, if you could rotate your camera on the Z-axis, like, where you could make it look from eye level and then top down.
Like in TaleSpire?
Yeah.
You can. Just hold middle mouse button and drag.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
see
it's
you
just
don't
middle
3D
mouse button.
model.
I did not know that. Because it doesn't say, it just says Q and E to rotate, and all Q and E does is just left to right.
Oh, yeah, I don't use that.
Dude, I've been going this whole time not knowing that.
It's okay.
And now you know. And knowing is half the battle.
I am back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back. As you have been within the barrel for what seems like eons, Gas.
It's been a month.
The nightmares are stirring within your brain. Cornelius's influence slowly impregnating your body.
You did
Perhaps
that
a
on
new
purpose?
seed. Perhaps something trying to influence your decisions. But ultimately, it's nightmares of Rick stabbing you over and over again, your master betraying you, leaving you. It's a
He would never.
continuous nightmare of things happening, one thing after another, one betrayal after another betrayal. As you breathe like an Aaron, the pop of your cap is open, barrel is open up. You see Rick in front of you. Behind Rick, you see that there's like a brutalized minotaur. Its guts just splayed open, entrails just flowing against the ground, as if it had been eaten from the inside out. As you see Rick just standing in front of you, going like, I see you have a little hatred towards Cornelius.
Oh, yes.
As
My
you're
hatred
making a
goes
breath
back.
up, he's trying to shove a potion down your mouth.
Just jams it in a random spot. Just.
You gain this plus 8. 25 HP as he shoves the potion into your body. It's just flowing through your mucous membrane into your very being.
Oh, a little bit better. Not fully there, but enough to do
Indeed
my
I
duty.
am. And as you say that, he hands you 2 other potions into your hand. It's like, do you want these? Should give you a certain boon in this situation.
Yes, I need all that I can get. That was not a pleasant experience.
You gain 2 superior healing potions.
What am I? Okay, no, I just have. Okay, those are superior. Okay, the other ones cure serious wounds.
He hands 2 of these potions to you, Gas. He's like, yes. For you see, you have a certain hatred towards Cornelius, as do I. Feel like we may be mutually beneficial for each other.
Oh, my hatred for him. It goes back.
Yes, as I can see through your dreams.
Also, I can't. Now I can
Take
move
an
my guy.
Amarok from you. Is he lost? Is he gone? Who knows? But delving deeper in the dungeon may give you the answers you require.
I need to find him. Cornelius. He's paying for what he did.
Indeed, he shall. As we've already come to a compromise, could come to a certain mutual benefit for each other in the future. And as you're looking at it, Rick is covered in blood. And as you're like slowly drawn to your senses and looking across the room in front of you, you see that there's a lot of jail cells with people in them. Rick like slowly comes up to you and he's like, perhaps I could give you a boon that you're looking for.
It means getting my revenge. on
Perform something
Cornelius.
you're looking for. Cornelius, yeah,
Now you're
he
speaking.
shall have his revenge. And as you say that, he like kind of twists over and he's like, over here.
Before he gets to that, we're gonna mention the Minotaur. What happened to him over there? Looks like he's
He
seen
had to
better
be
days.
disposed of. You know, certain noises, the guardian of this place, he had to be gotten rid of. He's not looking at you as he's like continuously walking towards this cell, just kind of speaking to you from like the back of his head. And as you look in the cell, you see that there's this rabbit humanoid person bleeding out heavily on the like the brink of life. He's like, yes. You're always looking for forms, aren't you now? Slide to the gates and get it. You see
Yeah,
this
do I
like...
still have my equipment on me?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, you still got everything. As you like sloshed out the barrels, like picking up your punching daggers, your knives, your armor. It was all stuffed in there very haphazardly.
Floating around in a massive slot.
And as you look more around these cells, you see that it's like split into 6 different sections. Some have people, some have bones. But the one he's leading you up to, this gate here, it has a slightly breathing, like, humanoid rabbit person, like, coughing up blood. And he's like, yes, for you see, this is a new form you can gain right now. Slide into the gates.
I want to go up and try and pick the lock.
Roll a d20. Open lock check.
I'm not very good.
You're trying to like open the lock. It isn't really working that well. Why try to open the lock when you can become the lock? Or rather slide through it?
You have a point. Yeah, I'll just go through it and...
You like slurp your way through. This hair person in front of you is like breathing but not conscious. He's like coughing up blood. He's slowly dying in front of you. Rick is just sitting there, or rather standing, staring at you. His left hand twisted backwards.
Don't worry, I'm gonna give him CPR. My mind's a little fuzzy on how to do this.
So you want to try and resuscitate him back to life?
No, that is me playing a joke on What? I'm supposed to
Jokes
breathe
don't
into
work
this
too
in,
well
right?
on me when we're telepathically connected.
Well, got an unfair advantage there, but it is an advantage. Yeah, I could use.
You see that this like hair person's just coughing up more and more blood, slowly dying.
Well, better make the last moments, you know, good at least.
As you make the last moments good, and you fleshlight yourself onto him, you gain a Harrigan form. Rick seems pleased. He's just smiling, staring at you and this, like, desecrated body. Then you hear a telepathic whisper in your head. Murder him for my enjoyment.
You know, I wouldn't be out of that barrel if it wasn't for you, so I mean, seems only fair.
You see that this person slowly dying without your help, and the voice gets louder in your head. Kill him now for me.
Right, yeah. Just take one of my push daggers and just, yeah, straight through his heart. Just.
This person cannot put up a fight. You hear a gulp, a gasp, as it fades into silence. You see Rick there. He twists his like left hand backwards as he starts slapping it.
That is. Like, what do you mean, like the back of his hands, or it's still his palms?
No, he like twists his whole left hand like weirdly, like his elbow's up in the air. His hand is like miscontorted in a very strange way as he's like slapping it palm on palm. Good. For you see you're doing well, Rufa.
Can I see if there's anything on?
Yeah. So you actually find 30 gold pieces on him. You find a staff and some magic robes.
Can I fit those through the? Those seems like items that could squeeze through the bars.
Oh, but of course. Why not come back here? Limp, lifeless body of the rabbit person you murdered.
Alright, I'll go through the gate. It was more like a mercy kill, but yeah, I did.
Mercy, you gave mercy onto him. Couldn't that be honorable or noble?
I gave him mercy in 2 ways.
Indeed. And as you look more across the cell, you see that there's actually other prisoners locked up. The entrails of the Minotaur just bleeding and gushing out. Oozing out onto the ground. It's a very recent kill. As you go up to the Minotaur itself, it hasn't been looted. He has a gigantic axe to one side, acid dribbling off of his face, slowly melting into the ground, kind of hissing and steaming.
Gonna search him for. Cause well, I don't think I'm taking that axe. Not unless you want to carry it, Rick.
I'm not powerful enough to carry that. At least not physically strong enough. Other ways powerful.
Fair, fair.
Let me ask you this, Rufo. What do you want here? You
I
chose
need-
to enter through this path of violence, and violence it gave you.
Yeah, not wrong there. I need clues about Amaranth. I have to find him.
And as you say
share
that,
a
you
common
see
enemy.
Rick come up behind you. And he's like, for you see, you'll have to go down to the deepest layer to find out more in terms of that. All I can tell you is Cornelius is slowly draining out of him. A certain order gave him the pact. A certain order gave him the idea to go after your master and use them as a catalyst, a battery of sorts. The magnum opus.
Well, that just gives me more fuel to the fire. Oh, believe me, Rick, once we catch him,
And as
Death
you're
is gonna be-
walking by that cell, you see that there is human prisoners just like chained up, like garbed with different like manacles, shackles. Some slowly dying, others like awake but not really that conscious to notice your presence. Not really the caring.
oh well, my problem.
Yes, indeed. As Rick is just slowly, he steps on the body of the Minotaur. One of his feet just slams into its guts. He's like, "Eh," and kind of flicks it away to the side, his paw. As he's continuing to follow you.
So what do you have planned for Cornelius? His death is
I do need to
That is too
break
good for
free
him.
from him. His reign causes certain problems for both me and you, wouldn't you say?
oh yeah, that definitely causing problems. And if
Yes, exactly. And we are the problem solvers.
exactly, so death, he can't die. He's gotta suffer for what he did. You know a few good torture techniques, right?
I would say more than a few, but yes.
Good. You have to give me hands-on training once we defeat him.
As you go down the hallway and kind of peer around the side, you see that it like splits off. One kind of leads off into the darkness. One kind of like cuts away to the side. You see Rick come after you. He's like, let me ask you this. How much do you value your friends?
You know, I do value them a good bit. They did free me. They've been helping me so far.
Well, continue north and you shall find them.
Hmm. Do you know what's to the west? I'm assuming that's where that. Yeah, it's west.
I do. That is a storage room.
Hmm.
Nothing too interesting within there. And as you're going more and more down the hallway, you hear like further down north, like a lot of like shambling noises and just different, like very unhappy noises. As you slowly get closer and closer, you see that there is a giant barbed thing in front of you, a pillar with spikes coming out in a bunch of different ways.
Jesus, the fuck is that thing?
For you see, that is the torture room.
well, whatever we find in there, it's not gonna be us getting tortured.
And as you're coming up to the room, you slowly see weird faces, things contorted. You see weird shambling flesh mounds with multiple arms coming out. Two legs kind of like running about. They haven't really noticed your presence at the moment.
That's a good thing.
You hear weird sloshing noises as they're moving against the ground, as if their flesh is falling apart and reconstructing.
Something tells me that is not another slime, unfortunately. I want to use, cause Rick, those potions you gave me are better than the one I have. I want to use my Cure Serious Wounds. Get me back up a bit.
You drink the potion of Cure Serious Wounds.
I think that's 8d4 plus 8.
Yep.
So I roll 8d4 die.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus 8, that's 28. That's fucking...
As you, like, you don't even drink the potion, you kind of just force it into your chest. It's faster that way. The fluid starts oozing into your slime-like structure, reconstituting you back to life.
I don't even take it out. Just you just see the cork just pop off inside and just
just flowing out within you. He's like, yes, good. As you should.
oh, hearing those sounds, definitely gonna need it.
You see the large, like, demonoid structure. It's sloshing towards you. You see multiple arms growing out of it. Two on one side, one on the other. It's like a flesh mound moving. As you see it staring towards you, Gas. It's not saying a thing, and it's not attacking you. You see one of the flesh mounds point towards you as it slowly melts away, reconstituting on an arm on the other side as it's continuing to point at you.
You know, maybe I'm famous. Maybe they know me here, you know? Either that or I'm just as scary as I think I am.
Traitor! Traitor!
Sorry, I don't have any items for trade. I want to like hug the wall to avoid.
It's like pointing past you towards Rick.
Oh. You know, Rick, personally, you know, I'm not gonna let him talk to a dear friend like that, so... We gonna tag team him? I'm down.
Yes,
Just
well,
hug the wall so I don't...
these things are stupid enough not to know my game. Not yet, at least. Shh. As you see him cast a spell in his hands. Shh.
Where'd Rick go?
Oh, that fails. Oh, wow. You see it's like kind of a magic essence overcomes its eyes as it puts down its hand. And as you're looking more, you see more flesh-like creatures, smaller than the one you're looking at, start moving towards you, but seeing the person like slowly raise down his hands, they don't initially attack, but they're still wary of you. You hear the large mound just kind of gurgle out.
What word you kind of like cut in and out? Okay, so not a word.
Yeah, it's more gurgling. It's not really able to speak. As its tongue is trying to speak, it's like slowly melting and like becoming a tongue again and melting again.
You know, Rick, I'm down to just fucking. This is the path of violence.
Don't
And-
attack them. I have that one under my spell. The large one back there. No, violence isn't always the answer. Forceful diplomacy also works.
You know?
Yeah.
You're right, you're right. You don't have to
And
use
as-
violence, it's pretty good.
And as you're looking there, Gas, you see that there's like dead bodies over here. Some clankling of coins glistening off their bodies through the cells.
Ooh, see what these guys got.
I need to piss, I'll be right back in a second.
Alright. I gotta even say that before getting up. He said that at the door.
True, true.
Already at the door.
I am so deep into making a backstory right now. This shit's fucking crazy.
Something was deep in mine, but
It was pretty deep.
only works if you go all the way. What kind of cookie is y'all's favorite?
You know, good question.
Sugar cookies with the icing from Walmart.
Dude, I just love normal sugar cookies. You don't like sugar cookies? Like the normal ones? Just-
Sugar cookies are pretty good.
Dude, they're so good because they're just like this guy. Because I like sugar cookies. I'm like peanut butter.
So as you're looking through the cell gas, you see that there is 50 gold pieces on them, as well as an intricately like adorned leather armor. You see like silver silk kind of imbued into the armor itself, and a mask.
Ooh. Is there a door on this?
There is no door, it's just a grate.
Just
And
slit
large
through and grab
shackles at the
gold.
very end. And as you're going through that, Rick is like slowly walking up to the flesh-like demon. As it's like slowly walking towards him as well.
Yeah, I'll just go through and grab the gold. I'll make it out with the armor.
You slip in, kind of slowly pull the armor out. As you look across the mask, you see that one half of it's smiling and the other half of it is frowning. Like it's like a gestures mask put into one.
Here, maybe I or someone can make use of this. I have to get Mobo to look at this. He might know. This looks special.
As you pick up these items and like slurp your way back through the grates. You see that this flesh-like demon is now just staring at Rick as he's just staring back into him, just smiling at him. Nothing's really happening here. Quite strange. They're both just staring at each other directly in the eyes.
You know, Rick, you said not to attack him, and I won't attack him, but that one did call you a traitor, and you know, can't really. I mean, if that was me.
I mean to attack. If you want to brutalize and murderize them, you can. I'm not disallowing you to do it. As you see him just staring into this giant flesh mound. As he's staring into it more, you see it like start bubbling. It's slowly losing its shape, its consistency.
Oh, are you boiling them?
I wouldn't say boil, but deconstructing him from his very nature up. As you see this gigantic flesh mount slowly turn into a puddle of like bone and viscera, blood that's oozing across the floor.
Good thing I'm not that guy.
They all slowly start melting into this gigantic pile. All the different forms just like oozing out, forming into one another, and just disappearing into this puddle in front of you.
You know, Rick, I am really, really glad we're friends. As I walk
As
through.
I am. For you
As I'm
see, we're
walking
more
through
than
the
just friends. Aren't we, Mr. Rufa?
I mean, well, you wanted to be that way. I mean,
And I've already given you my phallic invader.
oh, very welcome invasion.
Well, I wouldn't call it an invasion, more of a phallic welcomer.
Definitely welcome.
As you look down this hallway, you see that there is a gigantic hallway of mirrors in a red carpet, blood red. And to the other side, there's a stair that's kind of cut off in the very middle of it, but it's a ladder up.
You know anything about these paths, Rick?
Oh, I know the path to the west leads to a relic that Cornelius has been trying to hide. The path to the north leads towards your friends.
Well, as much as I do want to get back to them, he's probably hiding that for good reason, so if it's something to get the upper hand, we've gotta get it.
Indeed. As Rick's just following you, just kind of pondering his chin. You see that he has a pipe out. He takes a puff of it.
What's the what's the name of the stuff that I don't remember if we ever gave it back to her from the
Of the drugs.
yeah, what was the name of the fucking
There
weed
was
equivalent one?
Fey Dust, Black Lichen, and then it was something else.
No weed. What was it called?
Gnome weed?
I know
No.
Neko's been holding on to it and not letting other people fucking smoke it and shit. Unfortunate.
We got some. I feel like doesn't Austin have some? I feel like where's
I think Neko's holding on to it. All
He's
of
holding
it.
out. He,
let me see.
as I'm going up to the wall to scale it to get to the ladder, I want to ask
Yeah,
Rick.
halfling
what
weed.
is,
That's what it was.
yeah, I want to ask Rick what he's got in his pipe.
You see, I enjoy the halfling weed. A mellowing substance. Useful to calm certain urges down.
No.
And as you go towards this pit, the smell doesn't hit you, Gas. Stuff starts touching your skin and it tastes like blood. There's a mist of blood coming out from above the ladder.
You know, Rick, something's telling me there's probably a bit more violence up this way.
Violence is one thing, but let me ask you this. What do you hold dearest to yourself?
Dearest to me, probably Amarok. And if I gotta use violence to find them, so be it.
Be careful not to lose yourself in it. As you see Rick, he just straight up jumps
Just a straight
like over
fucking-
the pit. You have no idea where he went.
Wait, just a straight like 20-foot vertical and just
Yeah, he just like cat jumps up, boing, and like boings over.
I just stick to the wall and climb up.
As you climb your way up. Oh wow, the fuck.
Oh, there I go. Did you move the die and it rolled again?
It did. What you
You can-
see in front of you is a gigantic path of maggots squirming across the floor. Just oozing, just very bile, just substances out of them.
Oh, I
You
remember
see-
this place. Well, I don't remember it, but I remember you telling me about it.
Ah, yes. Certain things from other layers penetrate through others. Aren't you a master of penetration?
Oh. Oh, well, a little bit on both ends. Haven't had any complaints yet.
Perhaps through here you might. You see that there's two ridges on the sides of it. And out of the squirming masses. Roll a perception check, real quick.
Yeah. God damn it, dude, that was almost.
They're not too difficult to see. They almost look like maggots in the beginning. But they're not. They're kind of tentacles kind of oozing their way out, squirming things down, trying to keep the maggots down and contained. Large enough to grab up towards you.
Ooh.
As you see gigantic tentacles just kind of wrapping around, keeping these maggots down. Some are trying to crawl up the walls as it just slams it to the ground and splits it in half.
Jesus. I'll try and go along the edge, but like sneaking is to not set off the tentacle.
Do you want to do anything like sneak across? Do you want to try and like...
Yeah, like sneak across is to not set them off.
Okay, roll a move silently check. Because these things can't
Please.
see.
God damn it.
This plus
Please be a 1,
3.
please be a 1. A 30?
You see the tentacle. It's not really looking at you, but you see its sucker staring in your direction. Like it could feel the vibrations through the walls.
Alright. Something tells me this thing cannot differentiate between a maggot and any other creature.
No, it can't. Indeed, you are right about that. It's just kind of oozing now. It's no longer interested in the maggots. There's something bigger for it to grab at now. It's not moving from its spot, but now it's prepared to grab upwards.
I'll just creep forward a bit.
You see it kind of like looking towards you. You see out of the suckers like saliva, like a sticky oozy substance starting to mucus out of it.
Alright, I want to try and see if I can sneak past it again. This time trying to make it all the way to the end.
Roll a move silently check.
Please. God.
You manage to slip past the first one. It slams its squishy tentacle behind you. Not able to react to your slime-like body. It doesn't act like flesh. Rick hasn't moved across. He's just staring at you. As you keep moving forward, the other one just stares at you and is going to try and make an attack. You see it ooze out of the ground as if this is only just the top of the tentacle as it like slams across you. This plus 3 does 10 points of damage as it like takes a chunk off of your slimy like body, not trying to wrap around you but not really able to as you're not flesh, but it's getting ready for another strike.
Oof. Okay, yeah, I just want to try and just... Can't grab me. Yeah, I want to try and do another sneak across.
So you see in front of you on the path you took, it kind of dips down a little towards the tentacle.
Can I just stick to the wall and just...
Yeah, of course. As you just like slurp yourself against the wall and trying to move past. Make a roll, move silently check.
Okay, it's always been bad throwing it in there. Please.
This thing isn't very smart, nor can it really hear that well. It's going off of vibrations. As you just kind of ooze your way past, it slams behind you as you make it to the other side of this wall.
Oh, thank God.
Rick is just still staring at you from the other side. He's not coming with you here.
You gonna hold down the fort from over there, Rick?
If you want to say that.
Alright, I'll go get the relic. If I'm not back and... Well, you know, I forget. We can just talk to each other. I'll let you know once I found it.
As you head around this hallway, you see a very strange shrine. You see in the middle of the shrine, like, oozing lava out, bones just surrounding it. It's kind of floating mid-air. No walls are around it, kind of a weird astral plane. In the very center, you see a person just stuck with a bunch of different spears sticking out of many different sides of him.
Let's walk closer to investigate.
The stench of blood is hitting your skin further and further the closer you get, mixed with brimstone fire. You see out of his cranium, like out of his head, he's like, he's making a very twisted face of pain as there's something stuck there. It looks like a handle of a punching dagger right in his skull.
That's what I think it is. That could be really useful. No.
As you get closer, make a wisdom saving throw. As you start walking up towards this shrine.
Well.
You hear in the back of your head, murder your friends. Murder the closest one to you to gain salvation. Only through betrayal can you gain true understanding. And it's not coming out of any voice. You hear it coming out of the weapon stuck in its skull.
Look at it. It's the one, like the guy in the middle, or is it the?
Yep, it's the guy in the very middle there.
Okay, I thought it was a little dagger dead in front of me.
He has like a punching dagger shoved right into his face. And it's slowly speaking to you.
How am I supposed to get over there? I mean, I could just...
Climb up. There's a lot of fire and lava kind of bubbling and oozing out. But this person is like suspended in the air. It's almost ethereal like. Like there's some chains holding him up, but in a very strange way. As if he's suspended.
Yeah, I want to go up to him. Kind of creeping around the edge of like...
You're creeping around the edge. You hear in your head, kill the ones closest to you. Only then shall you gain true salvation.
Only one whispering voice I listen to. And I don't think you were him.
You look at the lava. It's real lava right there, bubbling and oozing out. It would melt your acidic body if you step in it.
Let me tell you, that's real lava right there.
The heat, like, just coming off, touching your, like, slime-like body. You can feel it starting to evaporate.
I want to climb this. How do I ping?
Oh, this thing here, this pillar.
Yeah, the pillar. Yeah, just stick to the pillar and kind of.
Roll a climb check.
I have to.
Actually, no, you don't. You auto do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say I have to climb check on that.
As you kind of slop your way onto this side. You're across. You see next to you there is a scroll here.
Ooh, Mobo might like that. I'm gonna take the scroll.
You're unable to read it. It's in some language you don't know. As you stuff the scroll away, you hear the weapon talking to you more. Free me. Become my master.
No, about the only whisper that you, the only thing you said that I'll actually do.
I'm back.
You go towards this desecrated body, the punching dagger stuck in his face, and as you look closer and closer, it's like stuck between his eyes. You see his eyes like rolled back into his head, no longer pupils there. You also hear breathing coming out of this body. Even though he's impaled with spears and something stuck through his head, he's still breathing somehow.
I'll give it to you. You got fight. It's not enough.
As you get closer, you see the eyes roll towards you. This person just stares down as he's like, "What do you ask of me?"
Well, before I take that fancy looking punch dagger, do you by chance know who Amarok is?
Riddle me thee. Who are you meant to be?
I'm meant to be me. And where I'm meant to be, I am Amarok.
For you are here to gain the salvation you look for. For it shall be the bread that makes your salvation.
I want to just reach up and just yank the dagger out.
It comes out effortlessly as you hear him go, yes. Okay. As he kind of goes limp there in the chains. No longer moving, the spears start twisting into him. No one's grabbing them, they're just twisting further and further into his body. As you pull out this punching dagger, as you look across the blade, it's not made out of steel. It's a gigantic tooth.
Seems.
You have collected the Fang of Tempest.
Ooh, that sounds useful. Seems a bit poetic that the artifact he's hiding is my favorite weapon.
He says nothing to you. He's dead now. As you've removed the only thing keeping him alive.
just do the inverse, but on this side to get back to the.
Yeah, you slurp your way back up. It's not too difficult. You're able to jump off the pillar over. You hear a slight rumbling behind you of this temple. Just a low rumbling. As if something has changed.
Well, let's see if this is any useful against Cornelius.
You hear in the back of your head, "Kill him for you, me, Rick. Kill them."
You know,
Send vengeance through their veins. Make their blood boil with their hatred.
don't worry. We'll get to satiate your bloodlust. There's a
And
very
as you come back,
particular-
you see that the tentacles are kind of fearing you now. Kind of shuddering in fear as Rick is just staring there, smoking his pipe, just smiling at you.
Okay, do I know it? I have to know by now that it's the dagger that's talking.
Oh yeah, you know that the dagger's been talking directly into your brain.
Okay.
This isn't
worry.
Rick, this isn't like something else is.
Yeah. Don't worry, dagger. You get to satiate your bloodlust. There's a certain someone I think you'll be fond to get sunk into.
Chance.
Yeah, vengeance. Vengeance is definitely on the table with this one.
As you're making your way towards Rick, he's like, so you didn't have to sacrifice the blood of a virgin.
Well, I don't have blood, and well, I think you can guess I'm not the other one.
Perhaps you made it lucky here. Perhaps you were the one destined to find this.
Maybe. Really good coincidence or just real good luck that it's a punch dagger. And those happen to be my favorite.
Or perhaps it called out to you in violence. It wanted you.
You know? It kind of feels that way.
Oh,
Wanna-
now you have an extra boon here.
This will definitely give us the upper hand. I can just feel it.
Indeed. For you see there, that's a holy artifact of Tempest, now corrupted, but still an artifact nonetheless.
It's an artifact that you don't see bloodshed. Mostly Cornelius's.
Good. As it should be. Tying up loose ends here.
The name of the dagger, the punch dagger, was Fang of Tempest.
The Fang of Tempest.
Okay. Tempest isn't a creature. That's just like, or is it? I don't know.
So Tempest is a god, the god of war. So this whole temple is like a desecrated temple of his.
Explains the violence.
As Rick looks over towards you, he's like, Tempest, you see, he's not biased towards anyone, for anyone can commit acts of war, bloodshed. Skulls for the Skull Throne, blood for the Blood God, as he would say.
You know, yeah.
Whether
Agree
it
on
be
that one.
demon, human, fae, some other extraterrestrial creature. They all can commit violence and war as much as any other. For Tempest has no care, just for the act of bloodshed.
Don't worry. We're definitely going to appease Tempest.
Good. I hope for your sake and mine.
And for the sake of Amuro. You know, Rick.
Now I will tell you this little warning since you've amused me here. Be careful of those mirrors in the other room.
You know, not sure how much damage a mirror can do, but you say it, taking your word for it. Haven't done me wrong yet, Rick.
He like follows you down. He kind of levitates down, floating above the ground itself.
He has feather fallen.
As you look down this hallway, it's very ornate.
Long.
And at the other end, you see that it leads out into a much bigger hall behind these mirrors, behind this hall. There's something much bigger behind it.
You coming along for this one, Rick?
Yes, I shall follow you. But as I said, do be careful.
Test the waters first.
As you step in, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
You're starting to move forward down the hallway. And it seems like it's going. And it's going endlessly. There is no end to this hallway. As you keep walking forward, it just keeps pressing forward. The more you walk, the more it presses forward. As if it's slowly distorting out further. As you look behind you, Rick is gone.
Oh, shit. You know, he told me to watch out. You know,
I need you to make another wisdom saving throw. As you're, like, slowly starting to look around this room itself. You stare into the mirror. You see a reflection of you. It's holding two of these fangs in its hands, staring at you with a vengeance. A very bloody look.
Hopefully that's not foreshadowing anything. I do want to break these. We said to watch out. Mirrors can't cause any damage.
As you're starting to go across and across, you see that the mirrors are reflecting on each other. What was 2 daggers is now 4, now 8, now 16. You see reflections of yourself all staring back at you, staring with glee as more arms are growing out of them, each carrying another dagger in their hand, another fang.
Doesn't seem like this is gonna end. Maybe I can make it
You see hands start to appear out of the ground towards you.
In front or behind me?
Underneath of you. Starting
Oh,
to
shit.
grip at your ankles and stuff. Come, join us where you belong.
I want to make a full dead sprint back the way I came.
As you look backwards, there is no exit.
Oh shit! Well,
It's a
first.
gigantic wall.
well, quite literally no turning back now. Fuck. Well, cause I have my torch on. Let me do that. Make it.
As you
Alright.
stuff out the torches, the hands disappear underneath of you.
Oh shit! First, I'm so glad you said something. Yeah, I just want to keep going forwards.
As you're looking more in the mirrors, you're slowly seeing like a whole diagram here. It's you. It's you going around murdering and brutalizing people, slicing their throats out, stabbing your new weapon into their chest, into their heart, and twisting it, yanking out organs one by one. You have more arms. 16 became 32 punching daggers, twisting and yanking organs out.
I don't think I'd ever do anything like that, though. And then on what happens to Amarok, you definitely see that happen.
As you get closer and closer towards the end, you do finally see a light at the very end of the tunnel. All the mirrors, everyone within the mirror, it's you staring at yourself. You see that doppelganger slowly come out of the mirrors. Each of them carrying 2 of the same daggers that you have upon you, slowly falling behind you.
Buck, I'm strong, but I'm not this strong. Okay, yeah, I want to get to the end as quick as possible.
Why run from us, from yourself?
Because you ain't me.
They're coming closer and closer towards you.
Yeah, I want to start sprinting towards the...
Okay, you start sprinting towards the end. They sprint after you. They're kind of mimicking your movements.
Shit. So they only move when I move.
Yep.
Huh.
As you twist around, they all twist around.
I want to throw a punch with the dagger, like, in front of me and to the right, like I'm the guy in the back aiming for the me in the front or front left now. Yeah.
So as you push out the punching dagger, he slams it right into the head of this other one who's also trying to punch to the right. It slams into his head. He becomes gelatinous, slime-like body, slowly melting back into the carpet. I need to piss, but this is
Alright.
interesting.
How
I finished
fun.
my backstory. It's about like 12 paragraphs. Okay, maybe not 12. Let me read this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's pretty close. I'd say like a solid 8 paragraphs, 1 chapter.
I have an idea.
I'm proofreading it right now.
Have you been deafened this whole time, Matt?
No, I've been listening and typing,
Okay,
so all the
okay.
sound cancellation.
Okay, I was just
I
making
tried to
sure.
listen, but I'm like focusing on like a whole backstory right now.
No, that's fine. I just didn't know if you had heard what was going on, because I'm becoming real good.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and that's how my character should know, so.
This is my hero arc.
Awesome. Tell it to Jeremy, not me. Although I would like to hear it, but tell it to Jeremy. And also, you'll figure out my real name in this backstory. But you guys won't know that, okay?
Don't worry, y'all will find out my full backstory once I'm met back up.
I'm back. So what do you want to do, Gas? These doppelgangers are completely mimicking your movement.
Okay, so I only have the... Do they have the daggers in both hands?
Yep.
Okay.
And as
Alright.
he punched that one, the daggers became a gelatinous ooze like you.
Okay,
Out of
so
his hands.
with my right arm, I want to throw a punch to, like, the front. Just the inverse of, what I did for the left guy. But then also, with my left arm, throw a punch back with the, like I'm trying to hit the guy who is the fucking one behind him. Like, simultaneously doing it.
Interesting. So you're like trying to swing both arms out. Okay.
Trying to get them both in one.
As you do that, they all smash into each other. That's an interesting way to get rid of them. As you swing both of your arms out and twist around, they both slice into each other's throat, turning into a slime-like ooze. Their punching daggers also slowly melting back into the carpet.
Try and say that they're me. I wouldn't have fallen for that.
You see at the very end, there's a large block upwards.
Like a large block that's just... There's no
Yeah,
top to it?
In front of you. Well, there is a top to it. You can, like, slosh your way up. However, you can't see what's behind it.
Okay, yeah. I want to just go up and kind of peer over the top of it.
So as you slowly peek over, you see a gigantic cathedral. You see demons flying. These weird armor-like creatures kind of floating about. At the very end of this cathedral, you see that there's this human in black and red robes in front of this large statue, chanting, over and over again.
Rick, are you here with me?
No response.
Uh-oh. Way to find out. Just climb over the top and... kind of start
As you
making
climb over,
Oh, now I can see them. They're like fucking living armors.
Yeah, they're just floating about. All these things are just floating about. They haven't noticed your presence yet. This cultist in the middle is going, Iktarnalasha. Iktarnalasha. Over and over again. He's chanting into a pier across this cathedral, though no one's listening.
I start making my way down the step. Damn it, why did it
You
set my
start
fucking
making
thing
your
so
way
high?
there. You see some of them notice your presence, but they do nothing to your presence. You just hear in the back of your mind, you are one of us. Where you belong.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm one of y'all, but
They're like parting ways for you. The cultist in the middle is chanting Eternalisha.
I belong here, but I definitely need to be here.
And as you get closer and closer to the cultist, make a spot check.
Alright, I don't see shit. I'm blind.
He's completely covered in robes. Eternalisha. He just keeps chanting that out over and over again. All the devils are like parting way for you.
With my gut here, I'm gonna walk along the edge of this real ominous circle.
As you start moving your way across the edge of the circle,
A man chanting in a giant circle. I may not know much, but I know that's usually not a good combo.
they're all revering around you now. And as you get closer and closer to the cultist, you see Fur. You've seen this person before. He's Rick.
Rick,
Covered in robes.
Rick, you are not gonna believe the wild shit I just saw.
He just keeps chanting it out.
I want to make my way up to him.
He doesn't pay any mind to you. You see that there's a book in front of him. All it says is the same words over and over and over and over and over and over again.
I want to see if I can't grab his attention by like kind of like moving myself in between him and the book.
So as you push yourself between him and the book, you see him pull back his like robe from off of his head. Who desecrates the shrine? Who desecrates the sayings? For it's not me. It's him, as he points towards you. All the devils start moving towards you. The armor start moving towards you.
Rick, I don't know if this is really you or not, but doesn't really seem like you.
Who would you be? As if you know yourself.
Who am I?
As all the devils are slowly starting to get closer and closer towards you, Gas. You see
And
the
the-
statue behind him, two glistening rubies in its eyes, starting to burn alive.
I want to sit there and like grip the dagger, kind of like flashing it, being like, I've got this fucking thing. I'm gonna use it.
You know, it does, Rufa.
Oh, you're making me, you know my name, you look like Rick. Rick wouldn't betray me like this.
Would he now, as you have betrayed your master, finding new salvation through a new being, as all the devils are slowly getting closer and closer to you? Are you perhaps looking for a new master? The role can fit.
A new master? No. Merely looking for tools to find my...
Heretic! As you see the gargoyle behind him start to move. Gas, I need you to roll for combat.
Alright.
I finished my backstory. It's all good. All done.
Also, before I go into combat, does the dagger do anything like more
You have no
damage-wise?
idea what the dagger does.
Hmm.
Does something.
Why is it so long?
Wow,
What?
you rolled a 20. Holy shit.
I went and just looked at your backstory, Matt, and like, it's not long vertically, but horizontally.
Okay, I can fix that.
I mean, it's fine. It was just,
Yeah, the vertically thing is pissing me off. I don't know why it's doing a whole message.
Wow, why aren't you showing up in the combat there, Rufa? That's kind of strange, but...
I'm not actually here.
Wow.
Damn.
I can't see anything, by the way. Like, I've just kind of been, just waiting.
Oh, are you in the game?
Yeah. Sadly, you can't read my backstory within a quick moment of DMing.
No,
But
I
you'll
do
love
want
it.
to read it, though.
You'll love it. You'll love it so much.
Oh, I
It gives
bet
you
I
so
would.
much to fucking work with.
Oh, that's why it wasn't going... Okay, the imps... Holy shit. The haunted armors.
I hear a cat.
Gas, it's your turn first. What do you want to do? Also, I'm deleting dice.
Hmm.
You see the gargoyle statue behind him start to... Its ruby's eyes start to light up.
Oh my god.
The cultist is right in front of me. And do I only... I
It's
only have
Rick.
the...
It's not a cultist, it's Rick staring at you.
I only have the one dagger, right? Like, I don't have two of them. It's just the one.
Yeah, just the one magic dagger.
Okay, so I got...
Behind Rick, you see that there's a gigantic grate that goes out into another hallway.
I don't trust you when you say that that's Rick. Hmm.
What do you want to do,
Okay.
Gas?
That grate looks big enough to fit me and all of my equipment. How far is that grate? I can move 60 feet, so
I think it's 30.
Which,
But that's still
yeah,
enough.
30, and then yeah. Yeah, I wanna go for that grate.
You start running towards the grate. As you're running over there, you see Rick looking behind you. He pulls out another one of these fangs. He's going to take a swing at you, Gas.
Shit.
It stabs right into you. I believe it does this much. I'm gonna have to check. It does 13 points of damage to you.
Jesus Christ.
As the fang is ripping into your flesh, your slime-like body, slowly sucking it away, kind of oozing it up into the weapon itself. As he's like, get back here where you belong. As you just keep running forward. You're able to slide your way through the grate.
Jesus.
No salvation for you for running away.
I didn't need salvation in the first place.
These imps are like... They're coming over here. You see in their hands fire start to appear as they're all going to try and hurl it towards you. So this +2. Wow, that misses, that misses, that misses. You see fire just slam against the grate. Not hitting you, singeing your slime.
Thank fucking Emerald, these guys have fucking shit aim.
But you see the grate just light a fire. This iron just burning as if it's been ignited.
Shit, they can burn iron.
Yeah, these are just floating over. They can't do a ranged attack. They're like slamming into the wall, not able to pass through with their armor animated. You see Rick go behind the statue as he's like, "You're leaving me? How could you?"
Motherfucker, you...
That's all he does for his turn. It's your turn, Gas.
Motherfucker, you stabbed me. You left me. I'm gonna continue down this hallway.
So as you continue down the hallway, you see that it...
Oh. Drop my guy there.
See that it leads down further and further. It's very dark, but there's a stairway up at the end. Where it leads, you don't know.
Okay. I moved 25, so... just that much. Okay. Yeah, I'll move the additional 30 feet as well.
Yeah, you just start sprinting your way down the hallway out of here. At this point, you're out of combat. No one can follow you from here.
Smart men win the battles.
As you see
Yeah,
that it
pick and
leads down
choose.
further and further down a hallway. Rocks are at the very end.
Dwayne?
Wow.
Okay, at least somebody got it, but...
I mean, I got it, but
Mr.
I mean,
Johnson!
It was a little... I mean, it was slow ball. I had to
You
swing.
see that there's a bunch of rocks just blocking your path now.
Are they up to the roof, or can I climb over them?
Yeah, they're up to the roof. Like, this place is caved in.
Ah, fuck. You know, this now would be a good time to have that cat with the exploding crossbow. Well, these are these just normal rocks?
From what you can tell, yes.
Huh. I want to try seeing if I can't just erode the rock away with my slime.
You start eroding the rock away. It takes about 10 minutes before you're able to make a little slosh, like a little hole that you can suck yourself through with your items.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, crawl through the hole.
You cross through the hole. You see that there's a chest on the other side, right here in the darkness. In front of you, you hear large clamoring and commotion.
Take a peek in the chest, or search into the chest.
As you search through the chest, you see a very intricate wooden shield. It has like silver lining around the edges and different runes etched in, covered in silver. It kind of radiates an energy out of it.
I'm gonna take the shield, and since I've only got the one dagger, the other hand.
You put the shield in your arm. It gives +2 AC.
Yeah, let me add that to my... Ah, shit. Fuck, is there not a dark mode for fucking... the file viewer?
Oh, there should be.
Would that go in armor for the shield?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a
Is there-
+1 shield. What
That's the name
other
of it.
magical effects you don't know. But it is a +1 shield.
Plus one shield. And then in parentheses, 2 AC.
Mm-hmm. You hear large clamoring and commotion behind this door or the hallway now in front of you as it leads to a wall. It's slowly crumbling apart, but still there.
Crumbling apart, that gets me maybe halfway through the time. I'm gonna try and see if I can't erode away the already rumbling wall.
As you are slowly eroding it away, you have entered the cells of suffering with the rest of the party. That's probably where I'm going to call it for tonight.
Yes.
As you have joined back with your party into the same room. You have made it through this part of the dungeon. Less fighting, but more like character building.
Yeah. Path of violence. The only violence was internal. I mean, it said path of violence, didn't say physical.
No, it didn't.
Oh, I am hurt.
As you have
Rick would
come
do
back
that.
to the party, weakened and hurt. But here you are, as you look across the scene in front of you, you're in a jail cell. It's a gigantic fucking jail cell with the altar in the very center of it. You see some people like going like, huh? Around you like, what? You shouldn't be here. As this is where I'm
I
gonna call
am.
it, as you guys are now together in the same room.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was less like physical violence, more like internal violence.
I love that. I love that it worked. When you said you mimic your every move, I was like, well, they are in a really precarious position.
Yeah, and you just went whop with both arms out. That was a smart move, and it worked.
I feel like 100% because you moved them like way closer. So I was like, okay, if I take another step, they're gonna get me. So I was like, fuck this. Just
No, that was a smart fucking play. They were completely mimicking your movements with 2 daggers in their hands.
I thought about trying to kill. I'm gonna say the imposter Rick. He wouldn't do that. 'Cause he has another dagger, but I mean, that thing did 13 damage, and I'm not trying to figure out if it does any more things.
Yes, it does. It does worse.
Okay. I do wonder because I saw it suck up my slime when he stabbed me. I wonder if that's either it gains power from blood or it heals me from spilling blood.
It's hungry.
All right. Well, I'll feed you. Looks like there's. Can Mobo see me? Like, are they in a cell, like dead across from me, or?
So, where they left off, they were starting to come into this room.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, next time, because Blade's hungry, and these 3 people don't really look like they're really that useful. Why the fuck am I turning into the thing I saw in the mirror?
What?
I was like, yeah, that's not me in the mirror, killing people for no reason. And then I just realized, I'm like, yeah, let's kill these 3 random ass people, the Blade.
No, I try to make that more of like a narrative story element than less fighting. I think it worked out. I mean, you could put in a Google Doc and then like post it in there if you want to.
Or you can
Do an
copy
Old
and
Man
paste it
Henderson
to the
300-page backstory.
You should read my backstory.
I think that worked out to like tie everyone back together into this dungeon.
Probably next time. Also, because I gotta add them to my inventory. What were those 2 potions called? And let me.
2 superior healing potions. They do 8d4 plus 8.
Right, 2 times. How do you spell superior? It's here. That is not how you spell that at all. Yeah, thank you. I forgot Google is really good with retarded spelling.
Yeah, that's what it's good for.
Superior healing potions.
Or one of the things it's good at.
What's the, was it 8d8 plus 8?
8d4. Oh no, yeah, you're right. 8d8.
8d.
No, 8d4. Whoopsie.
Oh, 8d. Yeah, I don't think there's an
8d4 plus 8.
It's just too many 8s. Alright. So I got 2 of those. Weapons. Gotta add another thing to the weapons. How do you spell the name of that dagger?
The Fang of Tempest.
Alright.
Here, let me put in the chat.
Fang. I know how to spell that. No, I don't. And I don't know how much damage the dagger does.
It does 2d4.
$2d4, is that plus anything or just that?
Plus strength.
plus strength. So, how do I write? I don't know. You might have to change the stat on that because I don't. Like the plus
Yeah,
one
no
on my
problem.
strength. Because I got 13 strength and.
Yeah, that's a +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know D&D is so many numbers.